The Case of the Vanishing Stallions, a Horseshoe Bay mystery. Horseshoe Bay Ranch, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering pines, was usually a haven of serenity. But not today. A frantic Mrs. Henderson, the ranch's owner, stood at her porch, eyes red-rimmed. Midnight gone. My prize, Arabian, vanished. Lily is a spirited young detective with a knack for solving mysteries. When the prestigious ranch reports a string of horse disappearances, Lily teams up with her three best friends, Emma, Jack, and Lucas, to crack the case. Their adventure begins as they arrive at the ranch under the guise of new stable hands, determined to uncover the truth behind the vanishing horses. Copper Creek wasn't known for its mysteries, but lately, whispers of vanishing horses had begun to gallop through the sleepy town. Lily, a sharp-eyed 16-year-old with a mane of fiery red hair, couldn't ignore the unease. Her best friends, the tech-savvy Emma and the level-headed Jack, shared her concern. When news broke that midnight, the ranch's prized black stallion, had disappeared, Lily knew they couldn't just stand by. Long ago, people said Starlight was a fantastic black horse at the ranch. It was the most beautiful and graceful horse around. But one day, it disappeared without a trace and was never found. Lily and her friends knew things were getting dangerous. They were determined to see Midnight and the horses before it was too late. They had to hurry. As Lily and her friends follow the trail of clues, they encounter a cast of suspicious characters, each with their motives and secrets to hide. From the conniving stable manager to the reclusive horse trainer, everyone seems to have something to hide. However, as tensions rise and loyalties are tested, Lily and her friends must stay one step ahead of their adversaries if they hope to uncover the truth. Armed with detective kits, mostly scavenged from their parents' forgotten hobbies, the girls infiltrated Copper Creek Ranch. The air hung heavy with the scent of clover and worry. Mrs. Henderson, the ranch owner, a woman who seemed perpetually on the verge of tears, offered little help. Lily, however, noticed a single, crushed clover near the broken fence, a pattern they'd seen at the other missing horse sites. Dust motes danced in the afternoon sun as the girls approached Jeb, the gruff but kind ranch hand. After Lily's convincing performance of City Girl Lost, Jeb confided in them. He suspected a shadowy figure he'd seen lurking around the ranch, a man with eyes like cold steel. Back at Lily's secret clubhouse, a converted treehouse nestled in the woods, Chloe, the tech whiz, worked her magic. She identified the suspicious figure using trail camera footage, a man named Silas Thorne. A quick online search revealed chilling results. Silas had a history of buying horses under false pretenses and selling them overseas for exorbitant prices. Armed with flashlights and a healthy dose of courage, the friends followed him and entered the mine. The air hung heavy with dust and the scent of damp earth. A narrow tunnel snaked deeper, its entrance obscured by a heavy curtain of cobwebs. With bated breath, they crawled through, emerging into a hidden cavern. A man stood in the cavern's dim light, his eyes wild, muttering. It was Jebediah, a hermit who lived near the mine. He was known as the Horse Whisperer, but the friends now understood his whispers were more sinister than soothing. A makeshift corral held several horses, including Starlight, their eyes filled with fear. The following day, disguised as a potential buyer, Lily met Silas at a secluded stable. It was Silas, his anger and isolation festering into madness. He claimed the horses were his and that they were being mistreated. He spoke of a mystical bond, of whispering secrets to the horses and making them disappear at will. As they tried to reason with him, Silas became increasingly erratic, brandishing a rusty pitchfork. A tense standoff ensued, the situation teetering on the edge of violence. Her love of horses and practiced riding skills earned her his trust. As Silas boasted about his excellent stock, Lily's heart ached. She noticed a familiar glint of midnight black in one of the stalls. The girls knew what they had to do. The strategist Lucas devised a plan. Emma would distract Silas online, while Lucas and Jack snuck into the stables to free the horses. Chaos erupted as the trapped horses whinnied and reared. Seeing an opening, Alex used his knowledge of mechanics to create a diversion. A clatter of metal echoed through the cavern as he threw a wrench at a disused winch. Startled, Silas momentarily turned his attention, allowing Jack and Emma to free the horses. Chaos erupted. The freed horses bolted in a frenzy, knocking over crates and scattering tools. Emma, Jack, and Lucas used the opportunity to scramble up the rickety ladder leading out of the mine. Just as they were about to escape, Silas emerged, a cruel glint in his eyes. Jack tackles Silas to the ground in the nick of time. Emerging from the darkness, they were met with the welcome sight of flashing police lights. Sheriff Thompson, alerted by a tip from Lily, who had anonymously reported suspicious activity at the mine, had arrived with backup. Silas was apprehended, his delusions exposed. The weak but safe horses were reunited with overjoyed owners. The horseshoe detectives had cracked the case, becoming local heroes. News of their bravery spread like wildfire. Lily received a call from a prestigious detective agency in Los Angeles. Faced with a difficult decision, she gazed at the sprawling ranch bathed in the golden sunset. She loved the horses, the open space, and most importantly, her friends.